How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we are reacting to another episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is episode 20 of season 7, and we only have 2 episodes left to go after this, so quite emotional times at the minute, because I'll be coming to an end of this, and as of recording, I already know what I'm going to be reacting to after Buffy. Of course, there's Angel season 5 to get through, but in terms of what I'll be reacting to after Buffy, it will be Supernatural. So yeah, for those who voted Charmed, I will react to it at one point. It's just that I'll be reacting to Supernatural I guess earlier, so yeah, but anyways, I digress. Yes, I kind of got stuff, I say stuff, I've got something to, I guess, wear in relation to Buffy for the final episode. I've already planned it. That day I'm wearing this certain shirt that I got for my birthday, actually, and I'm kind of sad that I did not get this beforehand, but it is what it is, so yes. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to go into this episode because there were some disagreements in regards to Buffy and how she's been handling the situation with the first, especially after Caleb was just slaughtering. He literally did slaughter 2 of the potentials and someone's eye. So yeah, but with how Buffy. Yeah, she hasn't made perfect decisions, and I can get why some people would be worried regarding Buffy's leadership, especially since she wanted to go for round 2 with Caleb, whilst a few people were quite vulnerable. But there were some things that were said in the big dramatics that not only gives, I guess, kind of advantage for the first, but also that rubbed me the wrong way, especially kicking Buffy out her own house, because you have the potentials and everyone just living rent-free and whatnot, and they have the audacity to kick Buffy out of her own house. You can question, there have been certain decisions, like going back for round 2 with Caleb, that is, not going to be totally agreeable, and I can understand that, but the way that certain discussions were made in the last episode, how Buffy has been lucky to harness her Slayer abilities when she's been I think the longest active Slayer. So not just that though, but she's died for this world and whatnot, and just there were quite some things that came out in the discussion that was low-key pissing me off. But the cherry on top of this cake was her getting booted out her house, because it's just completely baffling how you can live there rent-free, not pay your dues and whatnot, and have the audacity to kick out Buffy from her own place. So yeah, and obviously you have the potentials and even a few of the, I guess, original Scoobies looking at Faith to lead the way, although Faith is a bit hesitant herself about taking on the potentials. Buffy has kind of handed the reins to her after, if she wasn't getting the beating from Caleb, it's the beating from the potentials. So yeah, but there are some potentials that, not in my good books. And there were certain things that were said, Dawn's not in my good books for kicking Buffy out. So, and everyone's just standing by, allowing Buffy to be kicked out of her house. So that was... like I said, the cherry on top of the cake. And I even got a few comments on Patreon saying how they are still 2 decades on, they're still not over the fact that that Buffy got kicked out of her own house. So yeah, but like I said, there are stuff that Buffy has done in terms of leadership that you can question and whatnot, but don't kick her out of her house, because that's a piss take. So yeah, and some of the things that were said in argument to Buffy was stuff that I did not agree with. So yeah, I mean, obviously there will probably be certain opinions and whatnot in regards to what people said, but yeah, there was some stuff that was said that yeah, Liam was not a fan of. So, yeah. But like I said, it will be very interesting to go into this episode. But yeah, I've rambled on too long. Let's get into this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is episode 20 of season 7. So with that said, let's go.
Catch some sleep and figure all this out in the morning.
Do we really have time to waste?
Look, I understand you guys are wicked stressed. Frankly, our situation blows. We've got
You're not exactly helping yourselves by disqualifying Buffy,
Can everyone
though.
handle that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this isn't a sports event. This is a fight against the first.
I'll get some candles
You may as well if everyone's getting out of Dodge. Oh, not quite everyone then, okay.
Hey. I want the place to be empty. I was looking for a place to crash.
You know, you really should leave.
You can't just kick me out of my own house.
Why not?
Yeah,
all the
they
cool kids
did
are
with
doing
Buffy.
Don't you understand what's happening?
Yeah, we're waiting here till it's night again so you can ride on your motorcycle without exploding.
And every
I
minute
thought
we're
it would have
stuck
been
here,
nice.
the Slayer's out there facing hell knows what.
Come on, what's the worst thing that could happen to her?
Why did you say that?
All right, so what do we know?
Well, we know
That
we're basically
growl,
the last
though.
humans left in Sunnydale.
And we also know that Caleb told Buffy that everything's going down at the Seal. I think we should head.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well,
So
didn't you
we
get
know we've got a lot of enemies. We'll start there.
Faith, I'm sorry.
I got this, okay, Fee? I'm not the one who's been on your asses all this time. But I'm not one of you anymore either. I'm your leader, which means I go first and I make the rules and the rest of you follow after me. Is that clear? So Kennedy, back the hell off and let me do my job, all right? Okay, let's get
Thank
down
you,
to business.
Faith. Yeah, I was gonna say it's all an act. Took the bait. I'm just worried that one of them's gonna do something stupid and then, you know, things have just fallen apart again. So
There's an old conjuration that the ancient Turks used to communicate with the dying.
Oh yeah, I think I've read a translation of that.
There's a translation of it? I'm over it. So the spell is...
Took some time off right in the middle of the apocalypse, and it was her decision.
Well, we all decided.
Oh, yeah, you all decided.
come on, Spike, voice of reason.
You sad, ungrateful traitors. Who do you think you are?
We're her friends. We just want.
Oh, that's ballsy of you. You're her friends, and you betray. Now she's surpassed you, and you can't handle it. She has saved your lives again and
Whoa!
again. She has died for you, and this is how you thank
Hey,
her.
why don't you take it down a notch or two?
He's
Time
got
for
a point,
speech giving
though.
is over, Bat Boy.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Save your lack of breath.
All right.
Oh, shit!
Pretty
Uh-oh!
sweet on her, aren't you?
The dirt thing?
We build weapons, prepare for the coming war. At the
Lovely.
farthest edge of town. We are everywhere. We are like the ocean's waves. We watch your efforts and are not scared. We will laugh at you as you die.
Nice. Oh, fuck!
You are so lucky that you did not just magically decapitate me.
We've got enough here. We need to get Faith in on this. Xander. Faith.
Yeah.
You're doing just fine.
I'd say better
Oh!
than fine. I'd say you're doing a bang-up job.
Get out.
Yeah!
Oh, gosh. I think, you know, a hello or a nice to see.
But feel free to keep talking, because hell, I could listen to you yap all night.
Hey. Language. You're a leader now. You keep throwing the HE double hockey sticks around, pretty soon the girls are going to pick up on it. Then what?
Hey, you let me worry about the girls.
Of course. You're doing a great job with them, by the way.
Is he
Much better than
still
Buffy ever did. You were smart to
Against
pick her
the
out.
germs.
Not what we...
And she'll finish what she started when she stuck that knife in your belly. You stay on
Don't
guard,
take it.
Faith. Buffy's dangerous. If you're not careful, she'll destroy you. I'm just saying.
Don't take it. Faith. Just, yeah.
Unattainable, that's it.
Fine. I'm attainable. I'm an attainathon. May I please just go to sleep?
You listen to me.
Spike, if you're gonna work some
I've
magic.
been alive a bit longer than you. And dead a lot longer than that. I've seen things you couldn't imagine. Thing I've ever been sure of. You.
Oh my goodness. Come on,
Hey, look at
Spike.
I'm not asking you for anything. When I say I love you, it's not because I want you. Or because I can't have you. It has nothing to do with me. I love what you are.
Oh
What
my
you do.
shit.
And I understand with perfect clarity exactly what you are. You're a hell of a woman. You're the one, Buffy.
Spike.
Be the one.
I don't want to be this good-looking and athletic. We all have crosses to bear.
You've been doing this gig, Buff.
Here. Will you just
Oh my. Oh my goodness. I am so moved. Good on Spike with that beautiful speech.
First is telling me to worry about her, and I just wish she was here. In a couple hours, I'm gonna lead these girls into some serious crap,
mean,
and she's the only one.
She's
Should've
not
been
the
cooked
only
up, to be
one.
fair.
You're a slayer too, Faith. And I think you're a good
Yeah,
leader.
but you need all the
Next con, you
ammunition
didn't
you
finish
can
high
get.
school.
Yeah, well, I'm the principal of a school where nobody finished. And I am completely out of my league in this.
Am I out of line?
Hey, you're the leader.
Oh my god! Jeez, Wood's having a time of his life. First he, goes on a date with Buffy, and now he's gonna bang Faith. Gee!
Okay,
Worried you're gonna turn into Big Bad Willow?
it's not stupid. When we first kissed, I turned into a Warren.
It's not stupid.
There's a lot of fear, especially with what has been
Just
happening
want you
with
to know that
Willow
you're
over the
safe
past
with me.
season.
Yeah.
You can float around and I'll tether you down.
I should at least acknowledge the fact that some people might not want to listen to an a cappella concert of people, moaning and groaning.
I don't know how you...
It is.
A little jealous, huh?
Of course I am. I'm a lot jealous. I mean, if we're done having sex, then
Bloody heck! Oh! Okay. Holy shit! Oh, don't tell... For crying out loud!
They're just sinners. You are sin.
I do
Everyone's
enjoy
the
your
good
sermon.
guy in their own
And
story.
you're in me. Give me strength no man can have.
Are you two gonna bang as
I'm
well?
strong enough to be my vessel. And I know you feel, Buffy.
We're just making sure she's okay. Those of you who are coming with me to the arsenal,
Yeah, Spike
you
made
know who
sure
you are.
of that.
Everybody ready? Let's do this thing.
Ooh, she left the letter.
Lay a hand on me. If you can.
Oh, goodness. Holy dang! Them reflexes! Oh! Triggers are just pissed. That's why they trapped you, because you trapped them. Ooh.
You really should watch your language. Someone didn't know you. They might think you were a woman-hating jerk.
Oh! Boom! Oh shit! Wow! Oh shit, is that what they were occupying? Fully. surprise! Oh, shit! So the trap had a trap! Ugh! This is gonna end well. I mean, I can see a few casualties happening. Especially since, of course, we had that kind of debate in regards to Buffy and how people have died under her watch, and I can see a few people succumbing here. Probably no one, big like Faith or but I can see there being casualties, and of course, well, with what Buffy has found, it's gonna be a case of them. Okay, we're gonna have to. Yeah, Buffy's found this, so you don't suppose you want me to follow you again or whatever? Or, like I said, co-leadership, Faith and Buffy. Why not? So, but I say Faith survives, which I'm sure she will, but you never know. Honestly, though, if this was a Friends episode, this would be the one where everyone was horny, so... In all seriousness, I really thought that this was great. I mean, obviously, it was a lot less infuriating as we closed things out than it was last time, because honestly, the fact that they booted Buffy out of her own home is still something that is that just hurts to think about, to be fair. And we had the ramifications of that, especially when Spike returned and called everyone out in regards to their decision to kick Buffy out and whatnot. And I agreed with the majority of things he had to say, although stuff like the little scuffle with Faith isn't really needed when you're like days from the verge of hell basically arising. So but he is basically on Buffy's side, and I mean, I just thought that it was like Spike, in my opinion, was the MVP of this episode with what he had to say to what he had to say, not slay, but what he had to say to the potentials in regard and the Scoobies, I guess, as well, in regards to their decision to deal with Buffy and essentially disqualify her, as well as his speech to Buffy. I think it was just really, really beautiful from Spike to basically be on Buffy's side. And not just that, though, but obviously last season, it was more the dynamic was, of course, a lot more controversial, especially towards, especially in Seeing Red. And with Spike and Buffy, they have changed so much as well over the course of this season, especially with Spike getting his soul and Buffy being able to recognize that, of course, that he is a completely he is not the same Spike that was without soul, of course. And then, of course, Buffy has a more greater, I guess, that need to be alive. Of course, with her coming back, there was that hatred and whatnot. But in this, we see Buffy dejected, and you have Spike just comforting her with the words that, well, not just that, the words that she needed to hear, but also giving her that comfort. Buffy asked him to stay, and she wanted that cuddle, that support, and you have Buffy basically channeling that love, that respect that Spike offered, because of the fact that he, despite... I mean, Faith was feeling guilty, as we saw, about what happened to Buffy, but there was that loneliness that Buffy was feeling, and Spike gave her that that amazing speech in terms of showcasing his respect for Buffy, about how this world still, how people still need Buffy, and that, I mean, it's true that the potentials are kind of screwed without Buffy, and it just bothers me because of the fact that Buffy is, it's not like Buffy is slacking when it comes to her power and whatnot. And whilst you might have some disagreements in terms of some of the things that she offers in terms of leadership. It seems like Spike had a point in regards to they have something that that is of great significance. Not just that though, but cutting Buffy out of the equation is it's like tying a hand behind your own back, really, because like I said, Buffy doesn't, like, she's no joke when it comes to showcasing her ability, and Spike recognizes that. Spike recognizes how much of a fundamental importance she is, and I just really loved how, you know, Spike acknowledges the fact that she is great, and after everything that she has done, that it's, I would say, kind of insulting to just cut her out altogether and whatnot. So, yeah. So I really thought that Spike, like I said, MVP in this episode, in my opinion, with how he went to confront everyone regarding like, she might have not been the perfect leader, but who is? And it's like kicking her out of her home it's like, well, not just that, but kicking her out of this equation, this war against the first. It's not a sports event or whatever where you could just disqualify a team, for example, if they've cheated the system. This is a war, and you need all the help you can get. And it's like they've kicked Buffy out as if she is someone who's betrayed them and whatnot. Yes, she has made choices that have not been perfect and have been questionable and whatnot, but cutting her out completely as if she's a liability it's not something that I am too happy about. And of course, that was still a Paramount thing coming with this episode, and Spike even was not pleased. Like, he wasn't there as well in the situation, but this is what I'm saying, he recognizes how special Buffy is and how impactful she is to the world. He didn't need to be in that debate to recognize how the potentials and everyone are shooting themselves in the foot by just giving the boot to Buffy, because he's known Buffy all of this time. And he even said, in my hundreds of years of, I guess, existing, there's been one thing that I'm sure about, and that's you. This is it. He does not need to be in that room absorbing all the points that the potentials might have, the Scoobies might have, in terms of some questionable decisions that Buffy might have offered. And like I said, I'll even say that Buffy has not been 100% perfect, but who is? But like I said, Spike, he knows Buffy, and he just thinks it's stupid to just give her the move. So yeah, but it was just really, really beautiful with what Spike had to say, with when he said, yeah, I love you, but that doesn't mean I am yearning for you or whatever. It's because of who you are. And it was really, really beautiful. And I gotta say, despite the banging that we were having in this episode, I honestly feel like that was the most passionate moment amongst everything else that was happening, because it was really, really beautiful. And even Buffy acknowledged that. You saw her tear up, and she was so alone that what Spike had to say made her want Spike to give her that warmth, really, that comfort. And yeah, so I really, really thought Spike did an amazing job in this episode at being the voice of reason, almost. So not to say that everyone's been, so dumb to the point where everything they've said is wrong. It's just that for kicking Buffy out, for Kennedy, for example, when she was acting as if Buffy being out is suddenly a blessing. Yeah, it just has you just kind of tensing up a bit mentally inside about how aggravating it is, because yeah, Buffy, like I said, Buffy, it's not like she is hopeless when it comes to a fight. So she's a very, very important piece of this, and you just worry they are shooting themselves in the foot. And yeah, so yeah, but Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what does happen in the aftermath of a potential explosion. So, yeah, but yeah, it was really really good to have this episode, like especially with Faith confronting the mayor. Of course, that was the first in the guise of the mayor, but unlike Principal Wood's mother and whatnot, this isn't so much more of a trick compared to, I guess, the mayor's personality, because we know that the mayor from season 3 had such a deep connection with Faith, and that was represented here. So I feel like obviously Principal Wood met his mother, or the first in the guise of his mother, but there is a more raw, more I guess reasonable reason, I guess, to buy into what the mayor had to say, because this may as well have been the mayor brought back to life and whatnot, because this is what probably the mayor would say, because he would want to reach out to Faith. Obviously, this is the first trying to seep into those little cracks that's been happening and whatnot, and making Faith have a bit more doubt in things. But I really liked how Faith and Robin had that agreement that even though that they knew that the first was taking on the guises of their loved ones, there was that real emotion, there was that stumbling that Faith had. But I think, like I said, it's a lot more, for us, it's a lot more raw, and it's a lot more reasonable, especially since we know of Faith and the mayor's dynamic, and how this really isn't any different, except for the notion that it's the first trying to knock Faith off her like stool and that. So yeah, but it was really really good to have that conversation with Robin and Faith. I think they're a pretty neat pairing and whatnot, and so them two took things to the next level. So yeah, as did Kennedy and Willow. So yeah, there was that. I'm not too fussed with the Kennedy and Willow ship, but it's not something I would consider as, one of the top 10 ships of the Buffyverse and whatnot. I don't mind her comforting Willow and whatnot, and there was some really, really nice moments, like how she was like willing to, I guess, anchor Willow and whatnot, because there was that concern with Willow. But like I said, with the whole Kennedy and Willow ship, I'm not too fussed. There was that nice episode, The Killer at Me, where you had a bit of that support from Kennedy. But my worry was that things were going a bit too fast in terms of, okay, we have to put Willow and Kennedy together and whatnot. So, and I don't know, I still feel I'm still hurting with Tara and how she died, and yeah, so. But like I said, I'm not too fussed about the whole, pairing, but there were some nice moments. Although, Kennedy, Kennedy did kind of rub me the wrong way in her exchange with Faith about how, Faith did shut her down, and you had her thinking about Buffy as if she was never a healthy leader, and then Faith just put her down and that. So, yeah, but I'm not too fussed about the whole Willow, and I think that's the vibe I get with quite a few people, that they're not too fussed with the whole Kennedy and Willow ship, but she's okay at best. So yeah, I don't know if it's because of the fact that there isn't as much layers as there was with Willow and Oz and Willow and Tara, and obviously with this being the final season, they're just dishing things out and whatnot in terms of like, okay, she lost Tara last season, and you worry you move on too fast, and you only have a limited amount of episodes to have the ship blossom and whatnot. But I don't feel as great of a substance with Kennedy and Willow as I do with Willow and Tara, for example. So yeah, but yeah, and there was also that moment where Xander and Anya decided. I love the fact that Anya was like, "Can they have a bit more of a consideration when they're banging?" And it's just so iconic for Anya to just say that. But you had them two having it out again. They did a couple of episodes ago, but yeah, they decided to take it to the kitchen floor after eating ice cream. So there's that. So yeah, but yeah, I felt like there was this comfort feeling with, I guess, the pairings that banged. There was a semblance of that comfort. They didn't just do it for shits and giggles, because I feel like with Anya and Xander, obviously there is still that care amongst one another, but I think they have more so decided, okay, we don't want to jeopardize things by taking things seriously again. And like I said, we had that moment with Faith and Robin, where there was some semblance of comfort in regards to their own experiences with the first taking the guise of their loved ones, and how they acknowledged that it's the first, but there's also that sense of reality. There is that sense of connectivity, and yeah, they formed a bit of connectivity themselves. And of course, Kennedy and Willow, well, they're girlfriend and girlfriend. So yeah, but obviously Willow expressing her concerns and Kennedy just comforting her. So yeah, but and then of course on a non-sexual note, I guess you had that comfort. Like I said, I feel like that was the more like passionate one between Spike and Buffy, because it was a very, very important speech, I feel, and one that revitalized Buffy, because we saw her get up when I guess morning came around, and she left a note of sorts for Spike, and then she went to kick. Well, she certainly showed Caleb up a bit. So yeah, so I really, really thought that was very, very important, that Spike not only expressed that revitalization for Buffy, but also how Buffy needed to hear that. She was all alone, and Spike knowing Buffy for so much time. So there's there is that, I guess, layers between the pair. He, like I said, he didn't need to be in the room when everyone in the last episode to acknowledge how important Buffy is, and that respect that Spike has with Buffy, that's showcased in that very, very important speech. And just some of the lines that he came out with, like when I say I love you, it's not because I want you, it's because I know you, I respect you, and I really, really love what you have become. So there was that nice passionate side from Spike and Buffy in this episode. So yeah, but well, Buffy, Spike more so to Buffy, because Buffy needed to hear that, and Buffy acknowledging how meaningful Spike was with those words, and appreciating his concern, I guess. So, and well, not just concern, but the admiration he has for Buffy. So yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna guess that the next episode, those who survived and Faith will regroup with Buffy, and they will acknowledge that Buffy is a very fundamental part of this fight against the First. If they are, because I feel like there are going to be casualties, and that's going to be a moment where they realize that they do need Buffy in some sense, especially since you had the squabbles didn't exactly stop with Faith in charge. So, and not just that though, but like I said, Buffy is a very, very fundamental asset in terms of showcasing that power. So yeah, we saw Buffy being so successful on her own against Caleb, really. So this is what I'm saying. It's not like Buffy is sloppy when it comes to a fight. She can hold her own against Caleb. Caleb's not going to. I don't expect this to end with Caleb standing tall, Buffy dead, and whatnot. But yeah, so Buffy is able to hold her own, and I feel like that's going to be very fundamental in terms of bringing the potentials and Buffy back together, and co-leadership with Faith and Buffy. They are the two, I guess, slayers at this moment. So, I mean, obviously Faith is the official one, but we know that Buffy has been carrying the title, especially with Faith being in jail. But come on, co-leadership. I need this. So, yeah, but it will be very interesting to see what does happen. But pretty great episode. Great moments from Spike. Really loved the strength he gave to Buffy in that moment where she needed it the most. And there was a lot of connectivity going on throughout this episode, quite physically, if you get what I mean as well. So, but no, more so there was this nice level of connectivity from a bunch of people that needed it in some aspects, especially like they're obviously a lot more different in terms of the issues and how certain people expressed what's been troubling them, like Faith, and how there was that, of course, connection with the mayor because she saw him like a father figure. But it's still really, really nice to have that level of connectivity. And a bit of a win in terms of Buffy managing to show up Caleb. But you can't say the same thing with Faith and the potentials, depending on what the outcome is. Everyone could be fine for all I know. But like I said, I do expect some casualties to emerge. So, yeah, but still, pretty solid stuff. And 2 episodes, folks. I'm worried. So, yeah, I'm worried I'm going to be emotional, but it's going to be very interesting to see what does happen with the end being nigh, not just in terms of Buffy itself, but of course the first taking things up to the next level in regards to this apocalypse. So, yes, but I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!